Recording. We start soon. Hey, yeah, perfect. We're recording. All right. So, welcome to I guess, the first session of training for Lago Vista United baseball and softball umpires crew. My name is Ricardo Seda. Um, I've been doing this for I guess this is gonna be my third year. Scott Preet and I started this 2 years ago. As a way just of helping the community, helping the league. And last year we took it a step up and we started bringing high school kids to actually learn to umpire. You guys make your own money, etc. And it's something that will help you guys if whenever you make it to college or whatever you guys decide to do. There's always something that you're gonna be able to do while in college or after the fact. Hopefully, what you learn here are skills that you can take beyond just what we're gonna be doing in the league. Um, I am. Yup. I personally been playing baseball since I'm 3 years old. I'm still playing in the adult league. It's tougher than it was back in the days. I'm glad it's only 1 day a week, and I get to rest probably almost the entire week to be able to play again uh, the next uh, the next Sunday. I coach my son, and probably some of you guys know my son or not, Ricky. He graduated last year from Lago. I coached him since he was 3. I was also a baseball commissioner in a recreational league in Miami back when we were in Miami before coming back to Austin, to the Austin area, to Lago. Um, and I'm also a high school umpire since 2020. Been umpiring in and out. This year, I'm gonna umpire a lot more because Ricky, of course, he graduated, and I'm gonna be able to take more of the hopefully Lago games, so I don't have to travel that much to like hour and a half that they also ask us to travel. I'm a member of the Austin Baseball Umpire Association for TASO. And I also do collegiate summer league and adult league umpiring. One fun thing is about those. Um, Doing the summer league is kind of fun for the collegiate just because you see the talent, you see everything there, fast pitch and everything, but they're chill. You don't get screamed at or yelled at as much as you do in an actual high school game or something like that. Um, it's a little bit more relaxed. The adult league, it depends on the age group. The younger guys, the 18 plus or the open division, they think that they're still gonna be playing Major League Baseball. So every call is scrutinized uh, to the fullest extent. But all in all, I do this because I like it. I love baseball. Baseball is in my blood. Softball is kind of growing into me a lot. I did several of the softball games last season as well, and I got a chance to do one of, I believe, a 12U game at the high school field, and that I love that a lot. I love that a lot. So I hope that what we are trying to do here again help you guys personally as well as getting you guys to know that what you guys are doing are contributing to your community as well on giving back to them. The only reason why I do this is I love giving back to people and giving back to the community that I have that I live. And what better way of doing it through baseball? What I got from baseball, I want to give it back to anybody that wants to join and learn. And I also want to give back to the community that I lead. So if your audio is working, I would love for each one of you to give a brief introduction of yourselves and how many years of umpiring, if any, or what experiences you have umpiring, or if you don't, which is perfectly fine. What are your passions in sport, etc. So we can kind of start getting to know each other, and we'll take it from there. Who want to start? Not everybody at the same time. All right, so let's go with you, Scott, to break the ice there.
Okay, I guess while Winter, Reese, and Audrey are trying to find the mute buttons, yeah, happy to jump in. Yeah, so we started around the same time doing the umpiring thing here locally. It was a really great experience. It helped me obviously understand the rule book a lot more. I've read it kind of front to back a couple times when I was coaching my kids coming up. I coached probably, I think I tried to count it one time, over 20 seasons as a coach, and then you know, I think I've earned my stripes, and now I'm kind of getting the justice on the other side. So having to learn the depth of the rule book a little bit more because as I've discovered, take your time, don't rush the call, right? Because it's hard to unwind it when you do. But that said, yeah, definitely really excited about this opportunity. I've learned a lot more about the game. I did not grow up playing baseball. I grew up playing soccer, so I never thought baseball was going to be the sport for my kids, and but it turned out to be that way. And so 20 something years of it seems like at this point. But it's been great. My youngest is now playing collegiate baseball at Wharton Junior College just outside of Houston. He does still dream of being an MLB player, so he's going to be playing summer ball. He's going to be doing these other things as well. So hopefully that'll work out well for him. And yeah, definitely want to help kind of raise that next generation, get younger people into the umpiring, because one, it's a great opportunity. It's a chance to grow as an individual, become confident in yourself, understand a rule set that you can speak from authority and confidence with. And I think that's a very powerful thing to have when you get into other arenas where you learn new things. Just taking it seriously, taking it as a profession, treating it that way, and I think you'll be served well by that experience.
Awesome. Awesome. So who takes it next?
I'll go.
There you go.
Okay. My name's Audrey. I haven't umpired before, but I play for the Lago Vista softball team at the high school and also select outside of that. I don't really know what else to say. I'm excited to get to learn because I know personally as a player, I've been really frustrated with umpires before. And I would like to see it from like their point of view and like their calls that they make, so.
That is, I will have to say that's actually, it doesn't surprise me that you actually said it, but it makes me smile because when I started doing this, I was the same way. Why are these umpire missing this call, doing this, doing that? And then I get into the game and I start getting yelled at because of the same things. So wait, I did not miss the call. What happened? But yes, I totally get it. I totally get the frustration. But I think once you start getting the hang of it and getting into the umpiring, you will understand a lot better the game. And probably you're gonna yell at the umpires, or you're gonna be criticizing the umpires from a different point of view.
Yes, sir.
Not gonna stop. Scott and I, we also do the broadcast for the baseball games. The criticizing doesn't stop. We just do it from a different perspective.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Good deal. Great to have you here, Audrey. Honestly, it's the first time that we have softball players in the crew, which is a godsend. It's awesome. So thank you so much for wanting to do this.
Yes, sir. I'm really excited to get out there with the younger players.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right. So we have Winter.
Like Audrey, like I haven't ever umpired before, but I think it'd be a lot of fun to do it for like younger girls and like stuff like that. Because like obviously like I've been on the other side of the game, but it'd be cool to like see it from the other view. And I also like working with younger girls. Like I do clinics for pitching and stuff, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to be able to umpire for them.
It will be. It will be a lot of fun. I can say that I did it with Connor, and I did it with Ricky. And it's funny when we were doing the 14U games that the kids were like, "Hey, Ricky," and giving high fives and all this stuff. Guys, I'm working, and you can tell that he would say, "Hey, I'm working here, so don't high five, don't do this now, do it after the game." But yeah,
Yeah.
you'll find it a lot of fun. Definitely, you're gonna find it a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Good to have you here. Definitely. And Audrey and Winter, if any other girl on the softball team or interested in this that you guys know, please send them my way. I'll definitely
Yes,
love to
sir.
have a lot more.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we can definitely ask around, and we'll tell them like that they should definitely like contact you, and we can give them the info.
Yes,
Perfect.
sir. Also, I can contact Coach Cole too to send out a team app with your information if you would like.
Definitely yes. Definitely yes. You can share my phone number, my email. Uh, by all means, yes, yes. I will reach out to coach as well. But please do so. Please do so. That will be amazing. Because I do the same thing with Coach
Yes,
Walker.
sir.
Sends the same message to all the players. So that will be great.
Yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
Yes,
we can
sir.
definitely do that.
Okay.
Good deal. Good deal. Super appreciated. All right, Riz.
My name's Reese. I go to Long Vista High School. I'm a freshman. I've been playing baseball my whole life. I play for uh, the Titans, the Texas League Titans in Cedar Park, and I also play football.
Nice, nice, nice. So who's your coach in the Titans now?
Coach Marcus.
Oh, Marcus Tatch. Oh,
Good.
fun guy. It's fun, but
Fun
don't
guy.
get him angry. He's fun. Good deal.
Yeah, I
Good
love
deal.
Marcus. Yes,
That's
sir.
super, super cool. Super cool. Did you ever play with Lago League in the last couple of years?
I've in the past in 12U.
12 you. Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. So yeah, well, definitely you're gonna enjoy this if again, it's gonna be a different perspective from the umpires.
Yes, sir. I'm super
Hopefully
excited.
after that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All
Sir, thank
right.
you.
So no, thank you. Thank you. So thank you guys for being here. Today, promise is going to be as short as it can be. I just want to share a lot of information with you guys to start thinking about, etc., and get ready for our next meetings. So we'll go through expectations. Then we'll go through what will I expect the communication will go, uniforms that we're going to need, what's the required versus the optional gear that you're going to need, how are we going to be assigning games, the scorecards that we use, how to work them, how the payments are going to be made. I don't make payments. The payments are made directly from the league to you guys. And then we're going to go through Q&A uh, right at the end. Um, good. Expectations. Let me load them all. First of all, and I know if you guys have been on the field and you have seen umpires with cell phones in the field, that never looks good. So expectation number one is no cell phones in the field. There will be situations where we can work that out, but in general rule, no cell phones in the field. Hustle every play means that every play that you're gonna make or any call that you're gonna make on the field, hustle to it. And once we start working on the field, I will explain you what does that even means to hustle every play. As a rule of thumb, if you hustle to make a call, you're gonna get more respect and less questioning than if you just are if you don't look athletic or if you look a little bit lazy in the field making calls. Be always professional. Remember, yes, this is a job. You're also doing a service to the community, but you are officiating a game. You are not playing the game at that time. So we should be very professional all the time while we are on the field. You're always in charge. Soon as you go in through those gates with the umpire uniforms, you guys are in charge. This is your field. You guys are entitled to uphold the rules and to make sure that everybody's following the rules for that game. You get we will be enforcing the rules as they are. There's not gonna be mateship rules. There's not gonna be rule variations. We're gonna enforce the rule as the rules are written. Um, that's gonna be a lot of fun, I will say. When the coach say no, but let's change this rule. Oh, let's do instead of 5 runs per inning, let's do 8. No, 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 no. The rule is 5. We'll go for 5. And we'll take it at that. The only time that we're gonna be adjusting some things are if there are no written rules for those, and we make the decision before the game to go by some of the rules that are discussed. Be on time for your games. Whenever you have a game assigned, make sure that you are there at least 30 minutes before game start, that you already arrive at the field. And 10 minutes before game time, make sure you are ready behind the plate or you're ready in the field, ready to start the game. We don't necessarily will start games early unless both coaches agree that we want to start early, then we start early. That's perfectly fine. But typically we start on time and we have to push the coaches to actually start on time. More likely than not, specifically those 5 or 6 p.m. games, when you have new coaches, they're gonna tend to want to start later because they have to prep the field, they have to water the field, or they have to do anything, or they have to warm up, or they have to wait for players to arrive, right? But we have to be there 10 minutes before time to make sure that we start the game on time. Okay. Let's all keep open and constant communication. Life happens. Things happen in life, and sometimes you're late. Sometimes you are going. You know you're gonna be late to any game, or so, things happen that you cannot show up. Make sure you communicate with your partner that you're working it that day, and make sure to communicate with me as well whenever things like that happen, so we can actually pivot and we can work on some maybe getting somebody else, or I will be there to do the game. But let's always keep the communication open. Let's always communicate with each other, text, and make sure that we're all always on the same page and understanding. You are human. Let's understand that you are a human being, and as human beings, we are not perfect. We are going to make mistakes in the field. Specifically, we have the opportunity to actually consult with our partner that we're working with. If you believe that your partner had a different view or a view that can help you make the correct call, feel free to call time, confer, and make the correct call. We are there to do to we're there to do a job, and the job is not to make anybody angry. Although people think that's what our job is, our job is there to officiate the game and to offer the interpretation of the rule to the best of our abilities and capabilities and to the best of our knowledge. If you have questions for a rule, feel free to contact me at any time, even during the game. I will be available unless I'm actually umpiring a different game. But let's keep open and constant communication. We are not judging anybody for all bad call. It doesn't matter. We are all on this with one goal, which is officiate games for Little League the best way we can. Okay. Out of that, enjoy. I do expect you guys to enjoy this a lot. Um, it must be fun. It has to be fun, period, on the field and off the field. So you're gonna make a lot of relationships that may last a long time. So please enjoy every single minute, enjoy every single game. Uh, and it is gonna go quick. If you enjoy, the season's gonna go too quick, actually. All right. Any questions on the expectations? All right, I'll take that as a no. Communication. Um, I set up a group chat, and again, this is something I wanted to talk to you guys about. Do you prefer to have that group chat that I created, or do you guys prefer a different app that we can create a group chat that we are all on it together? What is your preference? If your preference is to stay the way we are, that's perfectly fine with me. But I just want to use a tool that we can all communicate with each other that works for everybody.
I think that works for everyone, or at least me.
Perfect.
It works for me too.
Great, great, great.
That also works for me.
Perfect. So we're gonna keep that group chat open. So any questions, feel free to ask it there. Feel free to ask question to anybody on the group if you want to. Um, the most important thing is if there is an announcement made or something like that, acknowledge or respond timely to all those communications. If there are questions asked, most of the time it's going to be just a blast with a message for everybody, and again, no need to respond or anything. But if I ask, for example, I have a game for next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Who can take it? I will appreciate as soon as you can. Don't stop classes or anything like that to respond. But as soon as you can, please respond to all those messages so I know number one, you got it, and number two, I know what your position is on that. All right. I'll make sure that any message that I'm expecting a response, I'll make sure to include that on it, requesting actually a response. Okay. Before every game, make sure to talk to your partner. That could be in the parking lot. That could be as soon as you know when your the game is going to be, text or call your partner beforehand. So make sure, hey, I'm arriving at uh, probably 20 minutes before game because I'm having a complication, or I'm gonna be there at this time and I'm gonna be waiting in this place on the field, etc. So you guys can actually see each other before the game. Because it's very important that before the game starts, you guys get on the same page. Okay, before going in the field, and we're gonna go into details later what that entails to talk to your partner. Then after every game, it doesn't have to be long, but make sure you debrief with your partner. Maybe your partner saw something that you can be better on or that you can improve. Maybe your partner saw something that you did great that the partner is going to be applying. And I do that a lot, especially with positioning, signaling, and all these other different things. Make sure that you guys debrief. And typically that debrief happens when you're walking out of the field, when you're walking out from the field to the parking lot or to get out or to leave. Typically that's when that starts happening. But if you guys believe that you need probably 5 more minutes to do it, just do so before you guys leave the field. Okay. And again, any question at any time, please email, call, text me. I also use WhatsApp if you guys use it because of work. Most of the people that I supervise are in Latin America, so WhatsApp for me it's like my phone typically as well. So the quickest response that you're gonna get from me is gonna be a text message. So make sure that again, if you need anything from me or if you need to and have any questions about anything at any time, feel free to reach out uh, in any way, shape, or form to me. Okay. Questions before I go into the uniforms?
Nope.
Good deal. All right. Uniforms. Black with gray ore. Oh my God. Now let me show it all. There you go. All right. So we typically use the black shirt with the gray sides, or the blue shirt with the black sides for umpiring. That's again that those are mostly baseball umpire uniforms. Um, I want to discuss if we want to keep that as well for softball, uh, or if we want to go for the NCAA look, which is a different blue color with different black and white stripe on the sides. So we can discuss that, but we definitely should have or must have the same shirt, pants, or color pants and color hat to umpire. Okay. Um, Black belt to go with those. Charcoal gray pants. Black hat with no branding at all. No branding in different color. There are some hats that have like a Nike or LA or any other branding that it's the same color as the hat. I'm fine with that, but preferably no branding at all on the hats. Also, make sure we have black shoes. I'm not gonna say that you need turf shoes. You don't need umpire shoes if you're gonna do bases. They must be black as part of the uniform. Okay. These two websites are two of the umpire websites that I typically buy stuff from. If you have any questions at any time when getting any of the gear, just please let me know. I'll make sure I'll do my research as well and help you guys research anything or guide you through it. Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Sorry. When would you want us to have this in by?
So that will be so the season starts. We're gonna start games at around. I'm hoping mid-February, early March. So it will be by then. Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna be for the official games. It's not gonna be immediate to get it. But before you guys get games assigned, we should have the uniform already.
Okay. Sounds perfect.
Okay. Good deal. So these are examples of the shirts. These shirts I could not find them on women version because they are everything. It's weird because everything on the websites for umpires, they don't have anything baseball for women, and they don't have anything, but they do have softball for men. So these are the two shirts. This is the this one is the blue and black, and this is the black and gray shirts. Um, Last year we said that our official uniform, so you guys don't have to buy them both. It was gonna be the blue with the black on the sides. So most of us already have that one. If you have the other one, perfect. It can be worn again. The partner have to have the same one, but the official one that we're gonna be using is gonna be the blue with the black stripe on the side. Okay. Then the pants, that's the color, the charcoal gray. The left one is the women version, and the right one is the man version of it. But that's the color. I just wanted to illustrate what the color is on the pant. Now, when you're looking for those pants, they come in several flavors. Let me actually go to Ump Attire and show you a little bit more about it. All right. So this is the Ump Attire website that I mentioned, right? When you go to baseball and softball and clothing and apparel, I'm gonna go to shirts. Um, if you guys want to get the long sleeve version because it's gonna be cold, I'm perfectly fine with that. That's no big deal. Um, but as long as we have the same color combination, we should be perfectly fine. This is the one that I'm talking about for softball, right? If, for example, if I put you, Winter and Audrey in one game to do the game together, and you both have this shirt, and you both wants to wear this shirt, perfectly fine with that, because then you guys are uniform. Okay. Um, but the one that we, the official one that we are going to be using is this one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any questions?
No, sir.
Sounds great.
Perfect. All right. So that's with the shirts. It's the Smitty V2 Major League replica. That's the name of it. Also for the pants, that's not what I wanted to go. I want to go pants. I'm gonna go to the sales. There you go. So for the pants, make sure for wrist specifically, make sure to get the combo pant, the one that says combo, because if not, you're gonna find one that says umpire base pants. These ones are a little bit narrower on the legs, and it won't fit the plate gear underneath. And if
Yes,
you
sir.
choose the one that says plate pants, that's gonna fit the gear, but you're gonna look, and I will say it this way, no disrespect to anybody, you're gonna look like a clown on the bases because it's gonna be huge, right? The combo pant is actually the in-between size that yes, you can still fit the gear, and it's not gonna look too big on the bases. Okay,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
good deal. And of course, then you have to buy one, not two. Same thing with the for the women. You're gonna have the Smitty Women Performance. You have the combo, you have the base, and I believe you also have the plate. It goes the same way. Make sure you get the combo, because with the combo you can fit the gear underneath, and also will be good for the bases. Okay. And it's sale now. That's a good thing. Scott, bring it.
And just one thing, be prepared to either break out the sewing machine or sewing kit, because they do come about 8 inches too long, 8 to 10 inches too long, just because they don't know where you want the cuff. So if you're fluent in stitching, knock yourself out. I have to pull a machine out to do it myself. So just plan ahead of it, because it does take a little bit of time to get through that.
Yes, and in definition, they are not hemmed at all. It's literally open at the bottom. It's huge. So they are not hemmed to hem them before, because if not, they're gonna have to sell it in a lot of different sizes. So they have one size lengthwise. Yes, you definitely have to hem them. And thank you for saying that, Scott, because I will completely forget about it. All right. In terms of hats, they have a lot of hats. Make sure again, no letters or anything. They come in fitted size, so you can buy your head size, you can do it, or they are flex fit. Flex fit, it's different sizes as well, but it's flexible. It's not fitted like the others. Now notice, and I will explain this in a little bit. Notice that this one has kind of a smaller bill on the front than this or this one, right? It's on purpose. Notice that it has how many stitches? They have 8 stitches, 6 stitches, and this one has 4 stitches. The one with 4 stitches is for doing plate. Why? Because you can wear it forward, and you can still put your mask in front of it, and it won't bother. The 6 and 8, if you use it for plate, believe me, every time you take your mask off, the hat's gonna fly out. Okay, but the one with the smaller bill, it will stay there. Okay, and when we meet on the fields the first time, I'm gonna bring all my gear so you guys can see it, etc. So don't rush to buy anything yet until we see it. We have plenty of time. What I will do say is once we get into mid-January, stock are gonna start going out because every single umpire, every single high school umpire in the nation is gonna be buying gear. Okay, good deal. All right, so let me get out the uniforms. That's with that. The belt, it doesn't have to be an umpire belt. The umpire belt, if you notice, is actually very thick. It's inch and a half thick. Don't have to be that one. It has to be black to go together with the uniform. Okay. Gear. What is required? It's kind of simple. Besides the uniform, you need a pen or pencil to keep the scorecard, and you need a stopwatch. The stopwatch can come in the form of an Apple Watch, a normal watch, any timing mechanism that it's not your phone. We want to avoid having the phone or taking the phone out because yes, we can take the phone out during the game to check the time, but of course, the fans are not going to see that. The fans are going to say, "Oh, this umpire blew a call because he's paying more attention to the phone than he's paying attention to the game." You guys know how that goes. So yeah, stopwatch, they go for about $5 if you buy them online in Amazon. So it doesn't have to be fancy either. It just needs to keep time. That's all it needs to have. Okay. Optional gear. If you're gonna do plate, if you're wanting to do plate, you are gonna require all this gear: a mask, the chest protector, shin guards. If you are a man, Riz, in your case, you're definitely gonna need a cup. That is, oh my God, there's no way around it. You need it. A ball bag to have it on the side. You're gonna need a plate brush. The indicator and plate shoes are recommended, not are highly recommended. I will say, not required. The plate shoes are plated from the tip of the toes all the way to the top of the feet. So it's plated throughout the entire feet and also some on the sides. The base shoes or any other shoes, they're not plated. And believe me, the first foul ball that you get to your foot, if you don't have plated shoes, it's gonna hurt a lot. And it's not fun because then you're gonna go home with a black and blue nail. So keep that in mind if you're gonna do plate, and I'll help you guys select all that gear, etc. if you guys need to. But this is what you're gonna need for the plate. Okay. If you do plate, there's a lot more. There are a lot more games that you're gonna be able to do. I can say that. I do plate. Scott do plate. We have another one, Mark, that does plate. We have a couple of other boys that do plate as well because they already bought their gear last year. Uh, so there's more chances, more opportunities to get more games if you have the play gear. That's for sure. Okay. Also, Winter and Audrey, if you guys between both of you want to buy a set, I'm perfectly fine with you sharing if you guys want to. I mean, it doesn't have to be everybody have their own gear. You guys can share as you guys feel see fit. So
Yes, sir.
okay.
Is the gear just like normal catcher's gear?
It's not. It's a little bit lighter than catcher's gear, and it's a little bit different. The chest protector covers a lot more because it doesn't have to allow you to throw, right? So it covers a lot more. It covers a lot more higher as well. The shin guards are different because they don't necessarily have to cover what the catcher, and they don't have to move like the catchers does, right? So it's a little bit different, and you can find that gear also on the same website. Let me open it here really quick. If I find my mouse, there you go. So when you go here to
Slide over, right? Move
where?
over to
My I saw it. Yep. Gear footwear. Chest
yeah,
protector.
definitely chest protectors different.
Have chest protectors here. You have shin guards here, and you have shoes are right here for plate and base. Throat guard if you want to get one. I didn't need it. Oh, I don't think we need it necessarily for the games that we're doing. They're always helpful to have them. But on the chest protectors, let me show you so you can see a little bit of the difference. That's this is how they look. This is how they are. You see how much more they protect than the catcher's gear. Um, you can go Robocop, like I call them, with this one right here. I mean, they're expensive, but this one right here, the Champ Pro Air Managed Plated Umpire Chest Protector, this is a good one. It's a really good one. Same one with here. So yeah, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different because it protects more and allow less movement. Same thing for the shin guards. Um, shin guards. They don't have the flap to protect the foot. That's for once. There you go, right here. And they don't have so many. I will say they don't have too many of the plates on the top of the knee as the catcher's gear will have, right? So this one will work great for softball. These 49 bucks ones, they will great for softball. If you are planning in the future to do a higher level, then I will recommend to go for something that protects a little bit more and have a little bit more cushion on it. But this one should work perfectly fine.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Scott, bring it.
Yeah, one more thing. Just make sure you're wearing the long socks. I'm sure the softball catchers know this, but if you haven't worn catcher gear before and you're doing, 2 or 3 games back to back, which you might be doing, you want to make sure you have the socks that go all the way up above the knees to keep the wear and tear on the straps and stuff from eating into you a bit.
Yep, it's not fun when they start to hurt. So that's a good catch. All right. Base shoes or turf shoes, those are completely optional. Again, if they have to be black. That's all I'm asking, right? And that's fine if they are black shoes with the white sole. That's perfectly fine. Actually, my base shoes are like that. As long as the shoe itself is black, we're perfectly fine with it. Okay. Also, recommended, not required, recommended a short bill hat if you're gonna do plate. So it's easier for your mask to come out, etc. Okay. Questions on the gear? Good. As we go along, I'll share with you guys combinations and different pricing that I find that are good for the level that we're doing right now. And I will share with you if there's any sale on any of those sites because I get some of those notifications myself. So we can get it going. Okay. Game assignments. There you go. Game assignments. The first thing that I'm gonna ask you is as soon as you probably already got an email. I hope you guys did from refslot.com that you were added to our system. Reflot is what we're gonna be using to assign games and games, etc. So the first step is for you guys to complete your profile and add blackout days. How does that work? I'm gonna go to refslot.com here. Ref. Okay, this is what we use. Once you go in, you go here to login. You will create your email. You should get an email already with your username and password. Your username is going to be your email, and the password is going to give you one assigned already. 694. I never remember mine, so that's why I use password fillers. And here we are. This is my view, of course, as an administrator, in terms of the games, etc. But your profile is going to look something like this, right? Where you're going to have your address, your email. We don't need address or any more. We don't need more contact information than what we have. Okay. But on the bottom here, when it says block dates, I want you to go in and actually block, starting, I will say, February, any dates that you know you're not going to be able to umpire. Okay. Because that way, when I'm assigning umpires to games, it's not going to show your name up, and it's easier for me to know who's in and who's out without having to ask every single time. Okay. So you go here, select, for example, February 1st and February 2nd, because I'm out that weekend for XYZ. I don't need to know the reason either. Then you save block dates, and then they have been saved, and now they're going to remain red in the calendar as days that you are not going to be able to umpire. Okay? And that's going to tell me as well that you are not available those dates, and it doesn't show up for you to be assigned. Okay. Let me unblock this. You're blocked. Okay. Perfect. All right. So that's going to be the first thing. Once you log in the first time, make sure you add your block dates. And once you have your block dates there, everything is going to be easier for me to assign games. Okay. No need to add this PayPal setup or anything like that. There's no need to add that. As we do not pay by PayPal, I'm not going to go into the payments a little bit later. Then once you go in, I believe this is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, you're gonna get in a view with all your games that you have assigned. This is games that I have from last year, I believe. But you're gonna see the schedule of your games, not only the schedule, and Scott, keep me honest on this. Do you see also the partner that you're working with on the game?
Correct. Yeah. Location, time, partner, and also if you have to opt out, you can bail out, and that'll put it back in the pool for reassignment.
Perfect. Perfect. And as we go through, I'm gonna add probably a couple of games so we can see live how it works and you guys can work with it, etc. I don't like to add money right now. They actually charged me 25 cents per game, and if I cancel it, they don't care. So we're gonna play with it a little bit more later. But I'll assign the game. There's always an option for you to once I assign, and let me go back to here. The league will give me the schedule of the games. All the games are gonna give it to me. Once I have them, I'm gonna start assigning you guys to games. Okay. Through the system, you're gonna be able to accept or reject those assignments. Okay. Do not feel bad if you reject a game. Okay. This has to work with your schedule. Before assigning you to games, I'm also gonna make sure to consider the high school, baseballs, and softball games, and also your practice times. If your practice ends at 5:30, I am not gonna assign you a 6 p.m. game. That doesn't make any sense, right? So I'm gonna take those times into consideration when I'm assigning games. So feel free to reject or accept all the games that I assign you. Now, once you accept a game, my expectation is that you were committed to it. Okay. Life situations happen, and that's perfectly fine that later on, let's say 2 days later, hey Ricardo, I'm not going to be able to do this game, I need to bail out. I don't need to know the reason, but I will appreciate the promptly communication so I can actually assign a different person to that game. Make sense? Good deal. Any changes will be done through me. So if you want to change, for example, Winter is in a game and you already talked to Audrey. Audrey is able to take that game, but you cannot. I will. That's fine that you guys talk to each other, but I'm the one who needs to make the change. So then at that time, you're gonna tell me, "Hey, Ricardo, I'm not gonna be able to do this game, but I already talked to Audrey and she's available." Okay, perfect. So I switch you in the system, and great. That works perfectly fine. What cannot happen is that I have assigned a game to you, and then somebody else shows up. Okay, I don't mind making changes at
Yes,
any
sir.
time, but just make sure that I'm aware of those changes. Okay, good deal. Any questions on assignments? Not yet. I know they're gonna be a lot. Good. Scorecards. All right. Is the base umpire responsibility to bring it to the game, fill it up, and get it signed at the end of the game by both coaches and both umpires? Okay. It's the base umpire responsibility for that. Every half inning, the base umpire will validate the score of that inning with each of the team's scorekeepers. Each team will have a scorekeeper. Sometimes they're going to have two or three scorekeepers. That's, if you remember your parents, that's how it goes. And Scott and I were the ones actually doing Game Changer mostly for our kids' games, just to keep our head away instead of coaching them from the stands. So you will check with both scorekeepers, both teams. If there is a discrepancy, the home team scorekeeper is the official score of the game. Okay. Once you have the card signed by everybody, make sure you take a picture of the front and the back, and then you turn that into concessions. But make sure you take a picture of the front and the back before you turn it in. Scorecard means that you're gonna get paid for that game. No scorecard means that you're not gonna get paid for that game. Okay? I like to call that rule no ticket, no laundry. But make sure we have a scorecard for each of those games. Scott.
And then also, what do you do if concession says closed by the time you're leaving?
If concession is closed, which is gonna happen for most of the week games, um, take a picture and send it to me. Okay, and then keep it, and then the next time we see each other, or the next time you're in the field in concessions, just turn it in. But the most important part, take a picture and send the pictures to me that same day, because what I do with those scorecards and pictures and everything is at the end of the game, at the end of the week, on Sunday typically, I send a summary of all the games with all the umpires to the treasurer. The treasurer will actually pair that with the scorecards. And she's going to tell me, Ricardo, I'm missing X, Y, Z, A, B, C scorecards. If you already sent it to me, I'll just send her the images and we're good to go. Okay. But if not, then we're going to have a problem. Okay. But for the league has to kind of make that match. That's how they make sure their books are straight. Make sense? Good. This is the scorecard. On the left, you see the front, and on the right, you see the back. For softball, there is no pitch count. This is just for baseball. And also for baseball, only 10U, 12U, 14U. I'm going to add more data to it because now we're going to do, guess what? 6U games. Yay. So we're going to do 6U T-ball games because it's not because of the kids. It's because of the parents and the coaches. Okay. But I'm gonna be adding more information to it. We're gonna discuss it in more details. Also, in the front, The visitors at home, on the bottom, you're gonna type or write the home team name, the visiting team name, the home coach, you're gonna write the name, the visiting coach, you write the name, the plate umpire, you write the name, and the base umpire, you write the name. The bottom two lines are the signatures. Okay. Home coach signature, visiting coach signature, plate umpire signature, and the base umpire signature. Okay. Then on the top, you have the date and time. Field, typically it's going to be upper field, lower field, or sunset baseball, sunset softball. Sport, if it's softball or baseball, and the category, if it's AU, 10U, 9, AU, 10U, 12U, 14U, 6U, etc. Okay. Then the runs per inning, and then the total runs at the end of the game. Okay. Once I print more of this, we're definitely gonna have plenty for all of us. I'm also gonna leave blanks or empty scorecards on in the concession stands. So if you guys for some reason don't have it, or we actually have one of the umpires last season that spilled, and that was my mistake because I print them in an inkjet printer. This time I'm printing them on laser, and there was a lot of rain, and he had them on a bag, and the bag got wet, and all the ink actually run off in the cards. So he was able to get one from concessions, and they get the game going that way. Okay, good. Payments. Let me see back here. All the payments are going to be done by the league via Venmo. So I need all of you guys to have to establish a Venmo account. I don't know if you guys already have it or not. We have time to do it, right? But make sure you have a Venmo account so the league can pay directly to you. Last season, I have a couple of kids actually that their parents didn't allow them to have it, but their parents actually opened the Venmo account and give them the money, etc. But the league do not pay cash, do not deposit on banks. The league pays only by Venmo. Okay? Payment is going to be made the Monday. It's going to be due on Monday by the end of day for the Monday to Sunday prior. I don't know why I wrote that way, but it's basically you umpire Monday to Sunday that week. The next Monday you're gonna get paid for the week that just passed. So you don't have to wait a month or anything like that. It's gonna be the Monday of the week after you umpire that you're gonna get paid for the entire week. Okay? If you have any problem with that, let me know because I will definitely address with the league and make sure that you guys are paid on time. These are the fees that are paid. For every 6U game is $40. For every 8U games, softball or baseball is $50. Every 12U, 10U game is $60. 12U games are $65. 14U games are $70. And these are per umpire. This is not for the game. This is per umpire. So if oh my God, each umpire will get $60. Doesn't matter if it's base or plate. Okay, 60, 40, 50, depending on the age group. Any forfeit game. So if you show up in the game and the game did not have enough players to play, whatever the case, that forfeit game is paid. You were there. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough players. It has to be a forfeit. You were there. You are getting paid for that. Okay, but the forfeit must be, of course, written in the scorecard, and you have to have it signed and all this stuff. Okay. Suspended games are only paid one time. What does that mean? If you are umpiring game and then on the second inning started raining, thundering, and it's suspended to be continued later, you get paid for that game that week. But when the game resumes, that time that you're umpiring, you're not gonna get paid for it. It's a continuation, right? You get paid for the first time, or when the game was supposed to happen, but then when it needs to be completed, you don't get paid if it gets completed. In my experience, the last 2 seasons, we have had several games that have been suspended. None of them were completed, but everybody got paid. Okay, but again, the league can continue the game if it's for seeding purposes or whatever the case. It might be resumed, for example, instead of today, tomorrow, etc. So we'll work it out. Questions? No questions yet?
Nope, not for me.
That's good. Good. All right, what's next? Next, December 14, we're going to have fields mechanic training. We're going to actually be on the field and we're going to run through the different mechanics of a 2-person crew and a solo crew when you're doing 8U or 6U games. So we're going to go through those mechanics in the field. It's going to be in the upper field. I still don't have a time for that December 14. We're going to discuss that in the chat to make sure we have a time that works for most of us, hopefully everybody. Okay. January 11th, we're going to have a virtual softball rules discussion. It's going to be about 1 hour, hour and a half, more or less. We'll figure out the time that works best for everybody. January 18, we're going to do the same for baseball rules. And again, these softball rules are specific to Lago Vista baseball and softball. And same thing with the baseball rules. We're not going to go to the MLB rules or high school rules. We're going to go to the rules that applies to us in the league. Okay. Tentatively, I have January 25th to have field work clinic at the Lago Vista High School fields. I'm hoping to get the president of the Austin Umpires Association with us so he can give us an on-field training for a 2-person crew for softball and baseball. Okay, so I'm still coordinating that. As soon as I have final, I'll take the asterisk out, but we're gonna do that for both softball and baseball on the same day. Okay. Then February 7 on, we're gonna have game simulations. Yeah, we're gonna determine how that's gonna look. I asked the league to actually, if any of the teams want to have scrimmage games, to let me know so we can actually practice during those games. And we can get field practice, etc. If there are 2 games only, we can all be there and then take an inning at a time, each of us, so we can get the experience of being umpiring in the field. Okay. So safe to say, I will say for on February 7th, ideally by that time, we will have our uniforms. Okay, let's take the day of February 7th as the ideal time to have the uniforms. If you still don't have it by then, that's perfectly fine. You must have it for the first official game of the league. Make sense?
For me and Winter, would we be doing softball and baseball or just softball?
That's your choice. I was gonna ask that next. So Audrey, Winter, even Riz, you guys can choose if you want to do both, which is perfectly fine with me, or if you just want to do softball, or if you just want to do baseball, right? I'm gonna do both personally. Probably Scott gonna do both if needed, preferably baseball 75% or 90%. Mark, which is also part of our umpire crew, typically will do a lot more softball. But he's actually a softball. He did high school softball in Ohio before. So yes, it's your choice, Audrey, Winter, and Reyes. You guys choose what sport you want to do. If you want to do both, definitely will be more opportunity for you guys. But you choose what do you want to do. And you don't have to choose today.
And we'll definitely talk about the differences in the rule sets if you're not familiar with them.
Yeah, Yeah, that's why we're gonna do both rule sets, so we are all understanding them. And yeah, I want you guys to get as much information as possible and as much training as possible. And the idea is for you guys to be able to do both at any time. But it's again at the end of the day, is your choice, is your time, and what sports you guys want to do. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Good deal. My experience tells me that the parents that yell the most are the softball parents.
Yeah. Of course.
That's probably true.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's as the age goes up. Now, for the little kids, actually for all the categories combined, the category that yell the most is 8U and 6U. Oh my God. They think that you want to take the scholarship away from their kid.
I
Um,
would think it'd be like older people.
oh,
Really?
oh,
I think yeah. I think in my experience it's the same, but that's because the parents are new to the sport and they haven't
that's true.
chilled out yet. By the time they get to like 14U, normally the parents they've seen everything and they're not as critical. But when they're like 8U, they don't know the rules.
Yeah.
And so they're projecting a lot of their own, I'll say ignorance, but in a polite way, like they just don't know. And so it's
Yep.
your job to kind of go back to that first slide that says you're a professional, right? Don't lower yourself to their level, like try and bring everybody up, right? Instead, and just act in a very calm and disarming way. But you still have to be assertive and say, these are the rules, these are the outcomes.
That is good. And you have no need to explain any parent any rule. No need. If the coach asks you, yes, you tell them what rule you apply. That's fine. But cordially, yes, sometimes we speak to the parents and explain to them, hey, listen, this is what happened. This is why the call was made this way. But if they are being, not friendly at all, there's no reason at all. And you're going to be empowered to throw whoever you guys need to throw out on every game. That includes fans. Yeah, I know. Probably you're doing, oh, yes, I'm going to get them out. But yes, you control the environment. You control the environment. And if there's always another thing. There's always going to be a board member present on every single game. That's an agreement that we made now. Every single game on the league, there's going to have a board member present. One thing that I'm going to request them is whoever is the board member to make sure that before the game, say hi to the umpire so you guys know who that board member is. In case you need it, then you can reach out directly to that person and that person can do whatever needs to be done outside of the premises. That makes sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Good deal. And we're going to go through that a lot more in details as we go, but good deal. That was it. I don't know if you guys have any more questions today.
I think I'm good so far. I think I've been understanding what you've been saying, and I'm really excited to
Perfect.
start doing it.
Good
Me
deal.
too. Me too. No questions at the moment.
Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Ray's all good for now? He missed. There you go.
Yes, sir. Everything's great.
Perfect. Perfect. So let me look at the date again. So our next meeting, if you guys know anybody else that would like to join us, please let them know. That's why I recorded this meeting, because if anybody else wants to join at any time, I'm definitely gonna ask them to watch this video. So they can get the hang of it and they can at least see what we're about, etc. Also, just let me know. Let me know or let them know to contact me, etc. To get them as part of the crew. we are not the only ones. There's a lot. There are probably 6 or 8 more that couldn't make it today. But they're gonna be watching the video as well and asking questions as we go. Feel free to ask any question about uniforms, about anything else. You guys are gonna have access to this recording as well to watch it whenever you guys want. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a great season. And then next meeting will be December 14th. Or we're gonna have the first field experience. That works.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining today, and have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
Thanksgiving
you.
next week.